Hey, my name BeeKayy. Here's another video. Subscribe if you haven't already. So, what was the title? Some INFJ truths, courtesy of an advocate counselor, is what they call the INFJ stereotype. Hi, my name BeeKayy. Now, I just want to say in advance, I'm also speaking from the standpoint, from the stance, from the point of, I'm also a Capricorn sun and a Scorpio moon, but I'm also an INFJ. So, yes, we are very empathic. Yes, we read people very well. Yes, that is a superpower. So really our superpower as INFJs is that we are, one, super empathic. We pick up on pretty much everything. And then also we're very reflective, as in, like, once I pick up on what you've shown me, I'm going to show that back to you. And a lot of people don't like that, but that's just who we are. Also, we're very private, we're very inclusive, we're very like either you roll with it or you don't. It's like pink is fetch and fetch is fetch, and if you're not fetch, then you can't be fetch with us. But I'm gonna try to make this quick because traffic, I want to get home, and also I am not of sober mind. I'll just say that. And so, yes, we are very private. We're very, I almost said secretive, but it's more so of like, have you passed the test of being able to respect our boundaries to be accepted into our inner world? And most people don't. And they say that we are very independent thinkers because we live our own lives. We're very like the Sigma type of the, I guess, what do you call it? Hierarchy of like dominant personality types. We're definitely the Sigmas of like, we're in society but not of society. We're just here because we have to be, and we'll play the role that we need to play because we have an end goal, and eventually we'll be able to go home to our quiet, safe space and be alone. All INFJs have a social battery. So like, basically, we're extroverts, like, can hang out with people all day, every day, and never be like separated from people. Like, we're joint, we're conjoined, we're one unit energy type of thing. INFJs don't have that. INFJs are more so the types of people who, like, we love people so much. We want to be like involved in people's lives in so much of a certain way, but we only have so much energy to give because our energy is depleted by other people and their needs, and feeling like, you know, we are the emotional dumpsters and the karmic protection and the, like, you be all the worst parts of who you are just around me and save your best self for everybody else. Like, INFJs get tired of that. So a lot of INFJs require a lot of private, solitary, alone time to just be able to recuperate, heal, and bring, like, I'm hearing EMT, like emergency medical, like traumatic healing, recovery to thine self. Yeah. I'm gonna wait for this ambulance to pass though. Could be a fire truck. Also, INFJs have their own inner fire. And that's why they say a lot of INFJs have like mysterious, mystifying, like alluring type of personalities, mainly because like, our energy is our energy. We save our energy for the things that we invest in, and what we don't invest in, here it comes. fire truck, going very slowly, might I add, for an emergency. Whatever, it's Detroit. Anyway, where was I? So, that's another thing. INFJs are very heavily impacted. Like, some people think influenced, some people think, like, I don't know, like, disturbed. But I would just say impacted by our external environment and the things going on around us. Like, we always, as INFJs, have our own inner sense of equilibrium, yes? And so, with that being said, it takes a lot to disturb our inner equilibrium because we work hard to achieve a state of knowing thyself and of balance and of things like that. So it takes a lot of energy to knock an INFJ off their square. But in the same breath, we are also very verily, well, yes, in different degrees for every person, but also very heavily impacted by the environment around us, because as empaths, as people who sit quietly in the background and be observers of life and watchers of energy and receivers of all that is, like, we pick up on a lot of things. And so there are a lot of factors of our outward environment that can affect our energy in such a ways, yes, which is more so of a reason why we become reclusive, private, and needing time to ourselves. Because INFJs, because we're empaths and very observant of the world, we have this thing of overstimulation where, like, we have those prowesses, those abilities, those parts of our personality that are good with dealing with the outer world and of showing up and, like, putting things together in a very physical way. But those are more so aspects of our personalities that more so, like, really tax ourselves. And so we try to rely more so heavily on just the fact that we are very intuitive and we can put things together in our own minds. And so when we see things going on around us and pick up on the energies of other people and environments and places and things, that can sometimes affect our internal thinking, which in turn will kind of color our intuition, which can make us act out in types of, like, emotional, irrational ways that we really don't subscribe to. And it can be unpleasant for anybody around or anybody that's directed at that time. We're really good at telling the truth about people. As INFJs, we are the type of people who sit back and will let you show us exactly who you are, tell us all of your dirty secrets, and be exactly all the types of people that you wouldn't be around anybody else, around just us. And yes, we don't judge you, and yes, we really kind of don't care, because we're living our own lives, and your life is your life and my life is my life. But we're also taking note. And so when things go awry and when people feel like they can run over the INFJ type personality, it becomes a sense of, well, I pretty much know everything about you, as well as unconscious, patterns that you operate on and how you act and who you are to yourself, even to yourself, when you don't know that you're being yourself around yourself, like those unconscious things. We pick up on a little bit of everything. We know people really well to the point where we can hurt people with the truth. We will be really quiet, because I've noticed that with the INFJ personality and us being so-calledly like the advocate counselor, a lot of people want to talk over us, around us, and just dump on us and be the extrovert in our situation, because they know that we're good listeners. And so after a while, a lot of INFJs get to this point of, I don't have to deal with your shit, and I won't. And so now here's the door closing on our relationship, and no hard feelings, but I don't ever have to see you again. That's what they call the INFJ door slam. But before the door slam, if it gets to a point of aggression, because INFJs don't really like conflict, we have a sense of inner peace and a very high sensitivity. And so with our sensitivity, we try very hard not to let our inner peace be disturbed. One of our defense mechanisms is that we take all of those inner truths and patterns that we picked up on, all the things you've exposed to us, that we previously have never judged you on, and will throw it all back in your face all at one moment. Make you feel really bad because there's not much you can say about it because it's the truth. A lot of people get upset because the truth is exactly that. And energy is energy, and energy don't lie. And when an INFJ gets upset, they point out everything that exactly is to people's disliking. Also, there's just this thing of people like, I don't know if INFJs, I've heard it many a time, but I don't know, just me being me, I find it hard to believe. But they say INFJs can be very intimidating, to the point where because we operate in just such a certain ways. Here's another one. Here's another one, you guys. And I'm going to go soon because my phone's about to die. But I'm going to let it pass. Seems close. Ambulance. Okay, so I'm gonna just say, I guess probably this is the last point. I may have one more after. But with INFJs being like an intimidating, I guess, type of personality, it's like people try to be on their best behavior, their best selves, and make a lot of promises of like over the top energy of things that they could never live up to the INFJ personality, to try to be like, I don't know, like worthy, competitive, equal to, I don't know, like in some type of relevant or important, or like, I just like really like worth the time. Like people really try to make it seem like they're just like these huge, expansive, bright, amazing, like super accomplished, goal-oriented personalities around us, when in reality that's truly not the case. And because INFJs are observers, are quiet, are reclusive, are introverted, we kind of have this tendency of letting people tell us what they want to say and then show us exactly who they are. And then when it's time, put those two things together and present it to the person in a very reflective way, which causes a kind of like cognitive dissonance of like, these two truths don't go together in my mind, and it breaks my mind, my psyche type of thing. And INFJs are good at that, but we just really just want to go quietly about the world, better our own lives and situations, and then in turn the things around us in such a certain ways as much as we can help out, but also want to be able to be happy and alone and sometimes friendly and expressive with those who are going to receive our energy, and be able to handle all the things that we're able to put up with, and just continue to like be themselves. Like they say most people will never really know an INFJ. Like, even if we love you, we know you, we've been around you for like all the time, there are still so many things we keep to ourselves because we just know the type of people that we're around and how sensitive and affected they are, their levels of a lot of different things, and just what they're being able to handle and tolerate. And so us being us, we can be very intense because we have a lot of inner feelings and insights and perceptions and opinions that can be very controversial, can be, like feeling hurting, like harsh truth type of, I've never heard that before, like off the wall, left field type of things that we might feel and want to say. But just knowing the types of people, places, and environments that we find ourselves in, a lot of times we find ourselves not really feeling like it's okay to express those things without causing more conflict and a more potential disturbance to our own self-peace by allowing other people into our inner world. And so, yeah. So we, again, the advocate, the counselor, the observer, the watcher, the sigma, the person everybody wants to know, nobody wants to be, but everybody envies. And just a person really just not worried about any of this shit, because there's so much more to life that people don't even feel like they have the time, capacity, and ability to even comprehend, observe, and be a part of, that we just see and is just a part of our everyday world. That, we would just like to be able to go about our worlds and live in peace with the rest of the humans. And I thank you. My name BeeKayy. So if this made sense, subscribe, share this video. I'm not really on social media, but I'm about to get back out there. Help me by helping me to share this video so I can be feeling more comfortable getting back on social media. And comment your experience down below. Let me know if this, makes sense for the other INFJs out there. I know we are few and far between, as only up to 2% of the population, with men being the rarer form of the species. And you know what? Thank you for being a part of my journey, experience, and this lifetime. Everything is a learning, journey, and this is Earth School, where we are here just to figure some things out before we are on our way. This is a layover. I consider this also sometimes kind of like a death dream, but this is a whole nother, that's a whole nother, anyway. Subscribe. I say a namaste, blessed be. Thank you again. Thank you again so much. Watch another one, and I will see you very soon. Hey, subscribe. Okay, now let's see. Because, boom. Wait.